Hello, it's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight headlines. We have the president launched the construction work of the new shipyard. For the international scene, UN warns of worst diesel locust invasions in over 7 years in East Africa. Welcome to our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, launched this Thursday morning the construction of the ship repair shipyard. So this is an infrastructure that will be established in the former port of Djibouti, PID, convert into the business district. The realization of this future ship repair shipyard is intended to increase the capacity of Djibouti to fit with an optimal profile as a logistics hub and multimodal platforms for economic and commercial exchanges of the world.
maamusna waxaa iskale hogaanshaha miigane hawshiisa ka soo mudhiidhi waxqabadka midhadhale Djibouti masnada ka dhigay hadduu mudanuhu la iman.
In an address from the podium of the ceremony, the President of the Republic described the building and reconstruction of a structure that our country must necessarily be equipped. This future shipyard integrates the chain of buildings and related services that our countries must have in view of our wise choices to derive the bulk and of our economies from activities related to the sea, said the head of state. In addition to the advantages of repairing our own vessels and port equipment at home, this future shipyard will provide maintenance services to a wide range of fleets. He continued, it will have all the more substantial gains to our countries, such as infrastructure does not exist anywhere else in the region. He noted the construction of the future shipyards of Djibouti will extend over 2 years. This first phase will flow with significant job creation. It is estimated at 1,800 the number of people who will find work directly and indirectly and under this first phase. The cost of carrying out this project is estimated at $200 million. This investment will be fully covered by the state of Djibouti. Diamond Group, a Dutch company specializing in the designs and constructions of ship repair yards, will build these structures. It will also form over 2 years a series of students from the University of Djibouti who will make a career in the future ship repair shipyards of Djibouti. Member of government, including the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the Minister of Equipment Transport Musa Mohammed Ahmed, took part in this ceremony. The President of the Port Authority and Free Zone, Abubakar Umar Haddi, also took part in the ceremony. Also note the presence of this event of the First Lady and President of the National Union of Women, Khadra Mahmoud Haid. For his part, the director of Diamond Company said in his speech, with this facility with the Great Horn Investment Holdings and Diamond intensively secure. Listen for more detail.
It's truly an honor to be invited for this very special construction works launching ceremony. For me, as a member from the Executive Board of Directors of DAME, I'm experiencing a very warm welcome to Djibouti. Very pleasant people and a beautiful country. It's really impressive. With the ship repair facility, the Great Horn Investment Holding and DAME are securing intensively our collaboration by introducing ship repair and ship maintenance in the port of Djibouti. By offering this additional service to all vessels calling the port of Djibouti, Djibouti becomes even more a true and total maritime service hub in this region. And we are here to help you, we are here to serve you. The initiative for this project already started in 2016 and the first sketches were shown in 2017, in the early of 2017 even. The excitement for the ship repair yard is mutual, since Dame is also asked to participate in the new entity to bring in to help, management assistance and training. With our experience in this field around the world, we are very much willing to do so. The idea to start a ship repair facility in Djibouti is very logical to me. First of all, due to a very strategic location of the port of Djibouti in the bottleneck of the Red Sea, and secondly, by having a customer base with port calls of many vessels, many large cargo vessels, military vessels from all continents, and of course the growing fleet of your own Djibouti-owned, government of Djibouti-owned vessels. This project can offer a much needed service for these clients in the port of Djibouti. Definitely, this new ship repair facility will also bring economic growth as well as revenues to Djibouti. The growth will be expressed by the transfer of technology to the shipyard employees and will generate employment in this region, will generate more employment in Djibouti.
The president of the Port and Free Zone Authority, Abubakar Omar Haddi, said in his speech that for shipping companies around the world, Djibouti is now a key step in their long journey. Listen for more detail.
Of this asset will have been developed our ports, Djibouti in a global trade hub and more importantly, international maritime center. For shipping around the world, Djibouti is now a key stop for their long journey as they travel to global and delivering goods throughout the world. As such, we have a duty to ensure that this company have everything they need, keep global maritime and trade services running. This includes delivery of wide varieties of services that ship demand beyond the loading and unloading of containers or cargo, from bunkering to crew change and undergoing basic reparation if needed as a vessel size grows. Ship owners are becoming more and more selective in the ports they are calling along their journey. Following several milestones, today Djibouti launched the construction of another. Here's a repetition. Okay. We are especially proud of this milestone given the context in which we are gathering today. We are given an extraordinary time. The COVID pandemic has paused lives and created a new norm for us. All walks of life have been affected. The World Bank predicted that the world economy will face a turn down of $4.2 billion between 1929 and 1922. Logistic infrastructures have, however, been crucial in ensuring that the global economy could keep functioning during the pandemic. This continuation of trade has ensured that basic essentials have been to reach those in needs. Continuing to invest in this project, and even more important in this extraordinary time, at Great Horn Investment Holding, we understand that our strategic position conveys certain responsibilities.
The Minister of Transport, Musa Mohammed Ahmed, said he was very pleased to be here today for the inauguration ceremony. Listen for more detail.
Today is an exceptional day, a memorable, historic day for our maritime transport policy in general, for our ports and for our note industry in particular. It is a day of immense pride for our country. This is why I would like to express how honored and proud I am to be taking part alongside you in laying the foundation stone of a large-scale project that will metamorphose our coastal landscape. These ship repair yard projects will represent a historic opportunity for our ports to develop their port and industrial operations by creating skilled jobs over several decades. Nowadays, ports are no longer satisfied with simply loading and unloading goods to assert themselves and be competitive, but are also committed to creating peripheral-related activities that make the difference in a very competitive market and that make the choice will go towards infrastructures, such as the heavy industries pool, canneries on more than 3,000 hectares, gas liquefaction and oil storage. And today, these repair yards, a shipyard, will be at the Bab el-Mandab for Carrefour of the three continents, located on an intense navigation route and considered as the fourth most important maritime crossing point for the transport of oil, burying the Arabian Peninsula and the Euro linking the Red Sea to the Mediterranean can only have a promising future. A vital road, a nerve center of world trade, a century but also a risky road by its reliefs, where no repair yard exists on more than 2,880 nautical miles, or 5,354 kilometers of navigation between Dubai and Port Said. Ladies and gentlemen, these new infrastructures will undeniably complete the link of the road works, and they estimate will also have the economy of the country.
The President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, take the floor and congratulate the Diamond Company for their efforts. Listen to the head of state.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
As usual, I stand before you today to praise this project that has brought us together. Above all, I thank the Diamond Company, which has worked closely with the Republic of Djibouti for 30 years. In coming here, you have all seen a mobile factory whose mission is to repair small vessels. There was a time when to repair tugboats, we took them to Aden, Yemen. Little by little, our ability to realize our ambitions has grown stronger. Our knowledge and understanding has expanded, and our achievements can meet the needs of our country, and above all, that it can serve to meet the needs of other countries as well. This requires significant investments, knowledge and know-how, and is part of development. If our country's wealth and resources guide us in its coastline and the sea, if we have opened our door to the ocean, if our future depends on ships and international trade, then it goes without saying that we must have everything that is necessary, whether it be in terms of equipment or knowledge. In terms of knowledge, the young people you have seen will be the first beneficiaries of this project, because they have the necessary knowledge. Today, if it wasn't for our university, we would not have had the manpower required. They would have had to relearn everything, but today it goes without saying that they have to go to the source to see how it happens. They need to see cogs and know what is expected of them in order to prevent or anticipate everything. We must have everything on our side so that we can achieve development, so that our people can be employed in our country and not outside, and we pray to Allah for this. The shipbuilding company manufactures all these tugboats we own. We have very good relations with them. If today our relations have reached this stage, it shows our satisfaction of their services, and we must take advantage of their knowledge. This project that they are going to help us undertake is $200 million. It is an important sum, but you have to keep in mind that these dividends and benefits are even more important. Once completed, this structure will allow our country to be known in the global maritime and port sphere. All kinds of ships will dock in Djibouti if we bring all the necessary means, that it is services, repairs and others. Then no one will say, "Where is the Republic of Djibouti?" We congratulate and pray that the family of the port to be able to protect this jewel, and that in 2 years we can see these first fruits. We encourage them and the company then.
Once the various speeches were over, the President of the Republic laid the foundation stones of this new ship repair yard. The PDSA will be a dry dock capable of lifting and keeping out of the water large ships of 207 meter long and 37 meter wide and 10 meter high. The establishment of a repair, maintenance and servicing service for large vessels is a necessity that will enable the country to take full advantage of its strategic locations at the crossroad of 2 and 3 busiest shipping routes in the world.
runtii waxaa tahay bulshooy safir barakaysano tawxiidka islaamka iyo hidya dhaqantaba galay xaqiiq ugu tiirsano wanaagga ku talax tagtee.
In the presence of the Minister of Economy and Finance, Ilyas Moussa Dawale, and the Ambassador of France to Djibouti, Arnaud Guillois, the GAFT inaugurated its permanent headquarters located in the premises of the French Institute of Djibouti yesterday. During this inauguration, the main speakers were able to deliver a speech and then participate in a question-answer session with the public. This sequence allowed the public to better know and understand the missions of GAFT, the relationship with various institutions in Djibouti and France, and also allowed several young entrepreneurs laureate of the challenge of 1000 Africa-France Summit to present their project and their progress. It should be noted that the GAFT is an exchange group led by 25 French and Djiboutian entrepreneurs. By founding this group, the French embassy and economic actors expressed their shared ambition to strengthen economic ties between the two countries. The ambassador of France, Arnaud Guillois, recalled that the GAFT aims to improve interaction between entrepreneurs, enhance the attractiveness of Djibouti to investors, and strengthen bilateral trade. The Minister of Finance, Ilyas Moussa Dawale, highlighted in his speech that public-private dialogue and entrepreneurship are important links in the economy and play an important role in its rapid transformation. Still concerning the weather situations in our country, since noon showers have been observed in the capital and coastal regions as well as in the rest of the countries. The direction of the meteorology announced that the skies will always remain cloudy with always some showers all over the countries. On this picture you can see the situations in the capital city where the skies was covered with fine rains. The wind will blow from east sector. The visibility will be good, but precautions are still needed on the road. The sea will be little agitated offshore. For more details on the situations, the predictions, we have the people in charge of the weather. The Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf Property, Mumin Hassan Barre, today presided over a ceremony at the People's Palace dedicated to the launch of a vast program to upgrade the Center of Quranic Education in Djibouti. This event marks the interest of the Department of Muslim Affairs in promoting the memorization of the Holy Quran. Ceremony was attended by senior officials of the Ministry of and the religious body and officials of Quranic centers. During his speech delivered for the occasion, the minister stressed the need to promote Quranic education by optimizing its pedagogical and didactic methods. Sheikh Okiye from the High Islamic Council has hammered that the importance of the memorizations of the Holy Quran During his speech delivered for the occasion, the Minister of Waqf, Mumin Hassan Barre, stressed the need to promote Quranic education by optimizing its pedagogical and didactic methods. The minister said he was pleased to dedicate this ceremony to the launching of an ambitious program to develop and reactivate the role of the Holy Quran memorization centers at the national level. This, he said, is in addition to the achievements of his department, which is undergoing an unprecedented institutional and organizational expansion, whose aim is to upgrade the religious files and revalorize the traditional spiritual heritage by adapting it to the new deal of societal revolutions. The minister stressed the importance of reorganizing the Quranic education in order to maximize its pedagogical role, which is part of the traditional education of the child. Always in the continuity of sectoral meeting, the Minister of Labor in charge of reform organized this lunch at the Kempinski Palace Hotels, a professional lunch for a more more promoting social impulse. Many guests were present, including the Minister of Labor, responsible for administration reforms, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation, and various representatives of organizations of United Nations present in Djibouti. The various personalities present took turns speaking to give their views, explain how to make their contribution to building the promotions of decent jobs in Djibouti. The Minister of Finance, for his part, spoke of ways and means to find a favorable outcome likely to promote national employment policy. We are the main employers, and finding solutions to the problematic place relating to employment is a responsibility incumbent on all of us, said the Minister of Labor in charge of reform in administration. The Minister Aramis receives in audience the newly appointed Secretary General of the Regional Councils. The Minister in charge of Decentralization, Mohamed Aramis, received Sunday, November 22, in his offices in audience the Secretary General of the newly appointed Regional Councils, accompanied by their President. The entry into the offices of these local government officials is an important step forward in the implementation of the decentralization policy. This is what the Minister Aramis made his interlocutors feel by inviting them to an exchange sessions during which he reminded them in a strong voice that the regional councils with the operation of their mission will finally fill an obvious deficit to that of the coordinations of activity and the management of the regional services. These are two crucial levers of which, said Minister Aramis, we will together capitalize on the reforms action undertaken on the basis of clear guidelines given by the health state. He warned to exchange with them to have a common understanding challenges ahead and to discuss together the needs for a greater commitment to the service to be delivered to the well-being of our people and to have a common understanding essential values to defend for successful local governance. In his speech, the State Secretary for Decentralization, Mohamed Aramis, at the meeting with the new Secretary General installed in the Regional Council this November, wanted to organize these exchanges in the presence of the President of the Regional Councils for the new General Secretaries. First of all, it is important, he said, to mark these steps by congratulating you warmly and personally convinced that your mission of interest for the implementation of national policy is essential. Secondly, I had to tell you in person that the regional councils with the operational of your mission will finally fill an obvious gap that our coordinations of activity and management of the regional services. These are two crucial levels on which we will together capitalize on the reforms action undertaken with the clear orientations given by the health state. Thirdly, I did not request this meeting to talk to you again about your terms of references and your roadmap, which you already know, is still less about your roles and tasks, which are repeatedly stated. General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of the Armed Forces, received in his offices at Camp Sheikh Osman this morning at 11:30 the U.S. Defense Attaché in Djibouti, Captain Paul Vessel Hayes, to decorate him with the Medal of Officers of the Orders of 27 June for his dedications and efforts in strengthening cooperation between our two friendly countries. Congratulate the U.S. Defense Attaché for this distinctions and wished him to continued success in military careers, Captain Sin Hayes has been U.S. Defense Attaché in Djibouti since October 2018. During these times, he was worked closely with the Djiboutian Armed Forces and Government of Djibouti, and particularly at the Armed Forces Directorate of International Relations to ensure a close and effective partnership to our common defense objectives. He has closely coordinated with the Djibouti Armed Forces operation, training equipment and coordination combined efforts in Djibouti and for broader regional security mission through the Horn of Africa. As part of the celebrations of the National Child Week, the Ministry of Women and Family, in collaboration with the State Secretary for Youth and Sports, organized yesterday afternoon of fairs in the CDC of Ali Sabih. For these people, the children participate massively in the various contests which were organized, namely bag race, arrow carries, throw these handsets and the mouse water guns in the presence of the regional directors of the State Secretary for Youth and Sports, Ahmed Musa Absiye, the representative of the regional offices of the Ministry of Women and Family. This great day made it possible to gather very important numbers of the children coming from all the districts of the city of Asajog. For the international scene, heavy rains are expected to allow large-scale breeding on the large breedings on the insect pests. Listen to Dini Musa for more detail.
Heavy rains are expected to allow large-scale breeding of the insect pests. Swarms are expected to move southward in Somalia and Ethiopia, reaching northern Kenya from the second week of December. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, it warns that the scale of the migration could be significant. Earlier this year, billions of insects destroyed crops throughout the region, with the UN warning that a second generation would be even more destructive. This is the worst locust invasion in more than 70 years. Regarding Cyclone Gati, the UN humanitarian agency said 42,000 people have been displaced in Somalia by tropical cyclone Gati.
This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Cut.